Greetings, TheWarOwl greets you, and welcome to another 5 vs 5 Counter-Strike Global Defensive match. You guys were so receptive to the first one I did there, first one in a long time, that decided to do another one right here. This one's going to be Fnatic vs Luminosity from the Starladder. This is game 3 of a best-of-3 series. Look at this, Terrace already snuck into the apartments here. Did not check Dark Room, and that is such a huge mistake. Look at this crossfire by the Luminosity players. It's a beautiful triangle of death. I loved how they set that up. Now the T's are in some serious trouble. They've already lost a few players. JW trying to bunny hop his way up there. It's probably not going to happen. 2 versus 4, really tough situation to be in. They will be able to get that bomb, though, and fall back. 1 minute, 15 seconds, plenty of time. They can go to B, they can go to A, they can fake it. Fnatic is a team that loves to fake it. Now, I haven't been able to set this up because we jumped right into things here, but here's coldzera. Going to be holding down bomb site B. Forced all the way back into the site. A quick rotate from Luminosity players, not calling the bluff. 55 seconds left. Tees are just going to be pushing in. And of course, first round, they just have that armor, no smokes. So they won't be able to smoke off CT. They got to commence with this. coldzera having to reload at just the worst of times. JW having the best of times, though, and now it's all up to Taco. What? That looked like a crazy shot. 1 versus 1 now against Flusha. Luminosity should have had this in the bag, but now Fnatic somehow puts it into a winnable situation here. Flusha at the new box, whittling down the health on Taco. He's going for a swim. Let's hope he doesn't sleep with the fishies, though. And he will go down. Fnatic taking round number 1. Seemingly impossible situation for them, a 2 versus 4, and they had to grab that bomb and fall back, and somehow Luminosity let it slip out of their fingers. Let's talk about that crossfire I saw happening over here in the tunnel, or the apartments. When we saw the terrace move into the apartments from this area right here, they didn't check Dark Room, so we had 1 CT and Dark hold this angle, 1 player here, and then another player here, and we had 3 players watching this entrance, and that's why they were able to punish them and almost win that. All right, and here is FNX, going to be peeking down middle. Did not see anything. And we can see the new lineup of Luminosity. Looks like a lot of things have changed since the last time I cast them. We've got Taco and FNX. So those are the 2 new players. They dropped Steel and who starts with a B? I forgot, man. That's not good. So Fur and Fallen, though, have always been probably the 2 longest players on here, the 2 most experienced. Fallen is the strat caller for the team, really smart guy in terms of Counter-Strike, and he leads an effort to actually teach the game and promote the esports aspect of it in Brazil. And I really respect that. As somebody myself, I try and teach people how to play the game as well. I really respect that, so great respect for Fallen. Now, Fnatic starting this 1 point up. No blood spilled just yet on this round. We see a CZ buy from Luminosity players, going to try to get the engagements to happen at close range. So we see Fur sitting here, gun not long enough to stick around that corner. Could get the drop on Olaf Meister, backs right into it right there. T's going to try to push into the side right now. This is a possible hold off, and they're now moving into the site. Mac 10 right here on Crims. Great weapon for first round. You notice that accuracy on the submachine guns as you jump. It's just fine. Only 8 rounds left. That's not a lot for a submachine gun. Got to deal with the player inside of the pit. Soon as he turns away, good rotate from the CTs. And Olaf Meister gonna get caught off guard. He got shot from both positions. Just gonna be Crims left with that Mag 7. Gonna be forced to reload. Oh, Taco could have killed him. Well, he did kill him in the end, but still, as soon as he saw the reload animation start, could have gone for the final shot there. All right, and Luminosity will take it. That's 1-1. Now, why did I pick this map? Well, first of all, it was suggested by some of you guys to cast this game in particular. And this map, I looked at the 3 maps that were played. Inferno is a map where Luminosity did a great upset against Fnatic in the last major, in the previous major, in a best of 1. Luminosity was able to best Fnatic, very, very close game. One of the best games of Counter-Strike ever played, in my opinion, on Inferno. Now, Luminosity has always been kind of a wild card because they don't have an opportunity to play as much with the European teams. And they've always had very unique and creative strats, especially on Inferno. Fnatic, of course, the undisputed best team in the world. They've been the best team in the world for such a long time. It's just like, it's just a thing now. Fnatic is the new nip. And really tough to deal with them on Inferno. They're known for Inferno being their strongest map, and just the great work that they do on this map. Now, they got Dennis. We see the change that's happened here since last I've been casting these games. Dennis with 2 N's. There's a Dennis with 1 N. I don't know if he's as good as this Dennis now. This one is a monster, apparently. And notice, no strat caller. I believe Flusha took over the strat call. I think that's what they were planning on doing. I was originally very critical of that, since you kind of need to free Flusha up to frag, since that's a difficult thing to say. You gotta be careful. Fnatic Flusha freed up to frag. You messed it up, you could say something very, very inappropriate. But no, they got him on the strat caller, I believe. I'm not 100% certain on that. I've been out of the loop for a while, as you guys know. So it looks like they're going to try to do a split A here on this force buy. You want to keep force buying until one team wins 2 in a row. I talked about this in my early game tutorial video, if you guys want to watch that. Well, Crims has pulled these off before. 1 versus 3. Gotta ace it for the win. And Crims is a player, this is a position where he can actually win this, and I'm not completely discounting him. Well, of course, when you look at the timer and you see that it is 5 seconds left, you know it's impossible and he's just trying to live. But if he had more time, I honestly think he could possibly do something. Oh dear, did he die after the timer? Did he oh, he did. That means Crims will not get reward money for this round. It wasn't that much anyway, but still, that was the worst case scenario for Crims, who currently sits at 5 frags, but he had no Pronax. Let's see how the Fnatic game on Inferno changes without a Pronax, because the strength of Fnatic has always been their rotates on T side. Their fake outs, on this map in particular. 2-player stack pushing down Banana. coldzera is going to be able to flank him here. They might want to pull Fallen back. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. And FNX pushing through the smoke. He knows there's a player in there. He's trying to find him. JW always does this. Sneaky beaky guy. As soon as that clears, though, he is so dead. He's got coldzera on the other side. Oh, he actually hit him there. And Fallen comes in to finish him off. Trying to go. Okay, we're going to get a tactical pause here from JW. Actually, it looks like it is because the player has dropped, so it's not a tactical pause. This is not one of their timeouts. This is just because there's a technical issue. So we shall resume when they have achieved 5-playerness. Crims is back, and Luminosity takes the lead as we move into our first gun round. Fnatic just able to buy it. Lost that save. Luminosity's pretty far ahead now on CT side. They've just won the early game. So we now move into the mid game. That smoke went down very quickly at middle. Gotta look at the smoke count here for the Luminosity players, because, well, they have 3 incendiary grenades, which is great. There goes another smoke from Fur. I believe that was thrown for Banana. That was thrown a little bit later, which is good. They have 2 smokes left. The reason I count smoke counts on this map in particular is because a lot of this map is delaying the T's for as long as possible and removing their options. There's another smoke going into the apartments. And we notice Luminosity is being very liberal with their smoke usage. So we're at 1 minute and 10 seconds, and they only have 1 smoke left. So really, the entire map is now open to Fnatic to do whatever they would like. The incendiaries are probably going to be used as they push in. I see Taco is about to throw one here at middle if the call is given. And the T's are creeping up, so we might throw this pretty soon. They're going to try to do an A take. They can always fall back from this if it doesn't work out. I'm waiting for this throw, because this is going to be pivotal. T's are not moving out. He hears the footsteps. He's not throwing it. Oh, that's actually a flash. Going to flash himself out. That was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Just able to kill 1 player, though. Crims grabbing the bomb. They're going to be sneaking over to bomb site B. It's just coldzera to hold this off. All right, chilling inside of the construction. He knows trying to hold the site will be tough. Now they're moving back to A. There's 2 players to deal with here. They're going to get the advantage either way. FNX with a poor position there. Fallen might have not been watching that properly and could have allowed his teammate to get killed there. We don't know the full situation, though. But something like that should never happen, where players just killed looking the other way. Should never set it up so that that happens. Here comes coldzera from the other side. Now it's just Olafmeister left, and he's got to ace for the win here as the CTs move in to take this. And perfect push by both of those players. coldzera with another frag. The 2 frags at the end to clean it up. There's going to be a defuse by Fallen, and Luminosity will take the lead. They have a commanding lead in this now. Fnatic is in some trouble. Fnatic, some of their individual plays have been great so far. Dennis is a monster, but not a murderous monster. He's one of those nice monsters, like from Monsters, Inc., because he has yet to get a frag. He has yet to get a point on the board. Really unfortunate. And yeah, he has 0 score. 0 kills, 0 assists. Dennis is having a tough game. Might think maybe it would be different if Pronax was playing on the team. Alright, T's going to be pushing up Banana right now. Fallen takes a pick. Falling back into the site now. So they've lost control of Banana, but at the cost of, well, it was Dennis. And Flusha, lurking over at A side, picks off Fur, which is really nice. I think it was some friendly fire going down there. CT's going to hold this off. Nice position from Fallen. The problem with this is it gets immediately smoked out, and he's got to decide to push through the smoke or fall back into construction and go over to Spools, which he'll probably go to Spools. But we should expect a smoke to block him off here without incident. I don't expect one of these T's to peek him. 1 minute, 5 seconds left. T's getting ready to push into bomb site B. Looks like that's what they've decided to do. Taco has pushed down into alternate middle, so CTs could feel comfortable starting to rotate over to B side at this point. They did get a player picked, but the Lurk has moved over to help with the B push. And there's the smoke, gonna force him back. He did get one shot off through the smoke. Excellent position from coldzera, and he completely mows them down. 3 players mowed down as they tried to enter into the site. Luminosity is playing a great game. coldzera is one of those rising stars. Could potentially be one of, if not the best players around. Really impressed at the last major. A lot of great performances, especially on the map Inferno, so he's on his home turf. Fur going to nade down middle. Knows it's an anti-eco, but we do have armor buys, armor pistols from Fnatic. Look at their money right now. They've spent a lot of money for this round, but they still will be able to buy in the next one because of that blue shell effect that is about to kick in, meaning they're going to get extra money for their losses. Look at the boost there. Going to be tough to deal with. Gets the dig. Gets the second dig on FNX. Wow, what a great entry there from Olafmeister. All came down to those flashes from his team. So it's already looking like, oh yeah, there's the second pickup. It's already a really good save round if Flusha can save that. Anyway, they picked off 3 players. That's a good blow against the economy of Luminosity. They're getting the same reward every single time. And look at the money right now over on the left side of the screen. It's very low. Just Fallen with some money because Fallen hasn't died very much. And if Fnatic is able to win this round, this important round right now, they could push Luminosity into doing a very, very expensive buy, meaning they'll have to save on the round afterwards because they'll spend all of their money. 2 of their players can drop. And Fallen might not be able to op if they don't do it properly. So we'll see what happens. This is a very important round for Fnatic if they want to get back into this. Luminosity leading it very quickly by 6-1. That's the standard flash over the top there. It's a great flash to throw because it's difficult to see coming, especially if you're scoped in like this. Olafmeister's going to be opping T-side at this point. And great, these 2 players holding angles right next to each other. Luminosity sticks another player back in dark. T's have not been checking it. We'll see if JW does decide to check it. And he's moving back a little bit, and we'll go back to Olafmeister here. Fallen, be careful, buddy. Olafmeister going to creep forward. He's got to check sandbags, and as he does that, that's Fallen's chance to get a pick. Oh! Whoa! The pre-shot on Fallen. Superb shot from Olafmeister. That could not have been better. Here comes JW. Sending his chicken minion out to do his bidding. Still has not checked Darkroom. T's getting ready to push at middle, though. Now they're falling back, so they're going to be taking B. Fur has not been able to make use of this position just yet. The wall has been shot out, though, meaning that they were planning on pushing there. Oh, look at this split. 2 players moving in. FNX has got to hold this off. Let's hop on FNX here. It's all up to him to prevent this split from happening. Well, he goes down. Now it is up to coldzera, who picks up the op. Nice shot on Grims through the corner there. Pulls out the pistol for this position. Interesting decision. I guess since he's up against multiple opponents, the op is not going to be ideal if they push him from behind at the same time. Oh, Fur tried to push up Banana, not going to happen. They could get the drop on JW there. I think the idea was Taco had already aggressed JW. coldzera had a chance to pick him. Now it's looking rough, and Taco's going to have to fall back. Fnatic will take their first point. And that just shows how well Luminosity is playing right now. That Fnatic just took, I guess, the second point in total, but the first point since the pistol round. Just playing an excellent game here, Luminosity. Smart game all around on their CT side. Now, Fnatic might want to switch up how they're playing this. They just took it. We'll see what happens on the economy we talked about. Well, they saved one gun, so they will be able to buy in the next round. 2 players will be able to drop. Fallen, if Coldzera drops him, there we go. Okay, so they are able to buy fully. They're just figuring it out at this point. With the op on Fallen. Olafmeister playing the T-side op on Inferno. This is a tough position to play. But we saw that pre-shot on the last round. He's definitely up for the task. He's going to check dark room, or check the apartments as well, from the balcony. T's being very, very cautious on this round. Do they know the economy of Luminosity? They should assume that they're able to buy. It looks like they're playing it as an anti-eco, though, because they're sort of expecting some kind of shenanigans to go down in this round as they creep forward. They've yet to actually get any intel of the CTs. Olafmeister creeping up Banana now. Notice Olafmeister has been playing this solo. That's really risky. If you have an op player playing it solo, he could get pushed really easily. Alright, he's got a player on his back right now. That's Flusha, who's actually moving over to A side. So Olafmeister is going to play op, lurk, entry, all at the same time. Being smoked out. T's still have not made a move yet. 55 seconds. They're waiting for those smokes to clear. Just 1 smoke left for the CTs. That's going to be Taco. And looks like they have decided to push at middle. So here's FNX again from this position. And Fur from the other position takes out JW. Also takes out Flusha. Superb work. T's now have taken this position, but at what cost? Olafmeister's still at Banana, so he's trying to sneak through. 2 players move off to prevent him from pushing into this site. This is a rough position. Olafmeister needs to push forward here. Looks like we're going to get a pause again for the technical issues. 2 versus 3. 1 player's chilling at A just in case. Nice pickup by Olafmeister. This guy with his aggressive opping. Here comes Crims. He's going to throw down the fake plant. No, he's going for it. Fallen, charging forward. And Crims will get punished for the full plant. I'm surprised he didn't do a fake plant. He knows Fallen probably would have peeked him there and could have gotten the kill on that. So, a little bit of a tactical mistake. And Luminosity will take that. We shall resume. Well, it looks like they're just going to continue. So, they got all 5 players back in. No problems. Luminosity well ahead now. Fnatic just lost it. They had the momentum. They had a chance to get back into this game and get enough points on T side to make something happen. But I think that's... Oh, what? Okay. Alright, they're going to buy this round. That's okay. We have Flusha with armor, no helmet, Tech 9. We got JW with a UMP. When's the time you see late game UMP in this game? And Olafmeister does get the op, so another buy coming down. Fallen crew. Oh, he just stood right in that flame. So he was checking the position. Excellent shot from Fallen there. Walked into the Molotov in order to check that position. Fur finally gets the kill over here at Darkroom that he's been chilling like the entire game. Finally paid off on this round, and this is a round that needs to happen because they are definitely money hurting Fnatic big time. T's going to try to push at Banana right now. Notice the lack of fakes, the lack of really great strats, I would say. Fnatic is still #1 in the world, but I don't know. It feels like they're a little bit neutered at this point. Pushing up Banana. Coldzera in the sneaky beaky spot right around the corner. Tough position to watch out for. And he was 100% flashed that entire time. T's will be able to enter and take this site. Flusha picks up the UMP. Oh, wow. CT's mounting a really good retake here. They just want to try to get this bomb for some money at this point, because this is going to be a really tough hold-off, especially when you get a player with a UMP. All right, Flusha probably going to do the jumping shot. I knew it. I love that. Submachine guns. And that would have been a good trade in any other situation, but at this point, it leaves JW open to death. Jumping SMGs. Interesting death pose here in the corner. It's just like he slumped down. Like, you know, you try to sit in the corner. To sit standing up against the wall. And he just fell asleep trying to do that. It's like just your local drunk. Luminosity now 8-2. Well ahead of Fnatic. But Fnatic just had 2 bomb plants in a row. On both those rounds, they got the bomb planted. So that's money in the bank. The question is, do they do their crazy armor pistol? I think they're just going to save at this point. And it looks like we have a tactical pause. Fnatic is planning. So this is where Fnatic is at their strongest. They're going to figure it out. They're going to look at everything that's happened and try to conduct a strategy. Let's think about it. How has Luminosity been playing? Luminosity might try to counter strat as well. We've had one player inside of Darkroom a lot of times. They've played B very passively and have allowed the T's to take pretty much this entire area, sometimes holding it from here and then falling back from here. So a lot of this could be open for the taking. They've had a player play right here many times. And the rotates from Luminosity to B have actually been pretty slow, but they've been able to do the retakes on both B and A every single time. So we'll see what Fnatic actually plans to do. Okay, so they're unpausing right now. I'm actually really curious to see how they try to play against Luminosity's setup. And if Luminosity switches it up a little bit, it'll be determined upon where Fallen is playing. Okay, so Fallen is still going to be playing Banana. I don't think they're going to switch it up at all. We'll see. We'll watch the map on this one, because this is one of these really important tactical rounds. coldzera is throwing a smoke. I believe that one could land right here or right here. We'll see when there it goes. It's this one. So they've switched it up. They're only leaving one player at B. This is a counter strat. So they said Fnatic's going to try to do an A take based upon what has been happening. They'll try to clear dark, and they're clearing dark right now. The perfect counter strat from Luminosity to hold down middle like this with 4 players. Worked out really well. Fnatic did try to go for that armor pistol buy. And what has just happened? Even with the counter strat, T's have been able to take bomb site A. It's worked out. Fnatic with their tactical pauses. This round is already a win. Olafmeister, no armor, but he's picked up this M4. Fallen, gonna get caught way out of position. That's a win for Fnatic. Those tactical pauses tend to always benefit Fnatic. So we saw what they abused right there was the apartment position. They tried to gang up on the player inside of Dark, who actually had switched. So we had these 4 players watching mid like this and smoking this off. They were able to sneak 2 players over through the apartments during that. Because of the weak apartment hold, they were trying to punish that Dark player. So I guess the idea of that strat was, let's take out the Dark player and then we'll split A, moving through the apartments and Waterfall. However, they were still able to put up a good fight at middle, players inside of the boiler as well. Now Luminosity's in the money hurt position, just able to buy up a few CZs. I'm actually worried about them next round. Look at these low money counts. It's going to be a tough round after this if they lose it. So I definitely want to get a few frags here. Maybe steal a weapon. But winning it is going to be tough. Of course, we've seen Luminosity win rounds like this in the last matchup, in the last Inferno, between these 2 teams. That was at the last major. They probably played Inferno since then, but that was the important game. All right, T's going to be pushing at middle. Now there's nobody here. Just allowing them to push out. Fur in a position. They're going to check boiler. Easy kill for Crims. Now they know that apartments is clear. And they didn't even check dark at that point. Pick off FNX. They're taking this really slow right now. They're allowing the rotate to happen. They could actually punish the rotators, which is interesting. Flusha, little bit of a mistake on his spray control. Oh, look, they've fallen all the way back. I didn't even notice it. Flusha is that good of a distraction that he just distracted the caster. And Flusha trying to push on the left side there. Just a little bit of a distraction. He can actually get over to B and kill the rotators who tried to go from A to B. Lovely, lovely little round there from Fnatic. And I like how patient they were at middle. A lot of times teams will say, all right, we've taken this early position. We've taken this area of middle. Now let's try to push over here. Or now let's try to do the A take. And a lot of times it just will not happen. A lot of them will get taken down. They'll lose a lot of players to push in. They decided once we took this spot, we'll just hold this angle right here, rotate back, do a B take, and the CT's trying to rotate, and the ones who have already rotated are going to have to worry about this player. So smart move. Fallen is back to his normal spot. 2 players inside of Boiler. Fur hears it. He knows what's going on. Oh, one got by. And he's got the player from middle helping him out. Oh, I'm surprised there was not a smoke that went down there. Oh, there is a smoke. They were shooting through it. Flusha with a nice shot. Fallen has rotated very quickly over here, but Tease again could fall back and go B, playing off of this rotate. They've fallen all the way back to middle, puts it into a 3 versus 3. Now, a 3 versus 3 is going to favor the T's, because one site is always going to have one player. The question is, can they find that site? That site's going to be B at this point, so maybe they... Oh, nice shot by Fallen to pick off Olafmeister. Interesting that nobody was watching that side. Normally when you walk up middle, you want to watch both angles. One player on either side. Alright, tough hold off now. Really, really tough position to be in. Good smoke by JW. He's going to try to jump into pit. There he goes. He does get into pit. We'll see if he can make it happen off of this. 1 versus 2. Moving into the site. Really tough. Thinks he's behind the box. Heard the footstep. He heard it now. We'll take him down. He's got 1 left. Didn't know where he was. Oh, and coldzera is going to spray him down through the box. JW realized, when he ducked behind that box, he realized he had made a huge mistake. Luminosity, 9-4 right now. 2 rounds left in the half. This is it for Fnatic. Because next round after this, they are not going to have the money to buy. So they have to win both of these rounds if they want a good chance of winning this game. Otherwise, they're going to have to play a superb CT side. Alright, Fallen forced back a little bit. But then nobody pushes there. That's all to just keep the player from rotating. I love that nade over at middle. Can do some serious damage against players getting ready to push. Fur in a different position. This is a great position for Mag 7 hold off. Unless the player jumps up. Nice! That's 2. Let's see if we can get 3. 3 strikes and you're out, Fnatic. JW peeks at just when Fur escapes. JW is like, hey, that's my position. That's my gun. That's my thing. JW is not happy right now. That is JW's little trademark, is running around with the Mag 7, pushing in apartments. Craziness. Well, that was easy. JW. Looking for the player. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Luminosity going to take this round. 2 versus 5. Flush on the ground. As JW continues to hold this angle. Knows there's one in pit now because of that shot. Interesting that he would check the balcony when he knows one is pit. You have to assume that player had jumped down. Ooh, look at this. Fur could peek this, but he can't kill him from this distance. Oh! Oh no! Has to pull out the pistol. And Mag 7 range. Wow, that was such a fail from Fur. Should have pulled out the pistol initially when he was turning that corner. Very strange mistake to make. Mag 7 has a maximum distance in which it can shoot. Oh wow, that just put it in a win scenario for Fnatic. How does Fnatic keep doing this? They turned a 2 versus 4 into this as well. Now they turned a 2 versus 5 into a 2 versus 1 with the bomb planted. They are just magical. Magical. I guess the magic is Flusha for fragging that round. Flusha sitting at 16 frags right now. Dennis at 1-1. That is very... And 13 deaths. Very unlucky. Very unlucky. That's an incredibly disappointing showing. Especially when you consider the bottom fragger on Luminosity still has a positive KD. Well, I do have a player with a low KD, but... Olafmeister with the sawed-off. I'm surprised not to... This is weird. Okay, so this is just kind of odd. We have JW opping T-side and Olafmeister sawed-off T-side. Normally that would be switched. So let's see what they got planned here. I guess they really want JW with the op right now. Alright, let's see if he can Kraken some people on the head. Nobody is here to Kraken, though. We're gonna see a shotgun war inside of the apartments. Yes, we are. Olafmeister versus Fur. Mag 7 versus Sawed-Off. Close range. Molotov gonna force him back, though. That fight is not gonna happen. Oh, that was a mistake. He's just gonna die sitting down. Oh man, the distance on that Sawed-Off. You gotta hit it just right with that Sawed-Off. That was not the range you should have been using it. T's are gonna try to take A now. CTs have pushed forward a little bit. That's a mistake. It allows them to get through here. Here comes coldzera. Will get taken down immediately by Flusha, who's just holding that angle. Bomb about to get planted. Good flash into the site. Good creeping their way in here, checking all of the positions. Very nice job. Fur has to fall back. Really, really tough round. Just a little bit unlucky on the spray there for Fallen. Could have been able to take out Flusha at 3 frags. And tough round. Looks like they're going to have to end this half. Oh, nice shot. He's got to go for it, though. 1 versus 3, not going to happen. There's the end of the half. 9-6. Luminosity had quite a lead, but in the final rounds of this, Fnatic picked up 4 points, which puts them in a winnable situation. So we shall resume when they're ready to continue. Second half going to commence now. Now it's time for that patented Luminosity strats. Luminosity strats have become a thing. Very smart plays. Let's see what they decide to do on this pistol round. Fnatic gonna stack B with 3. We've got flash smoke on Fallen as they push up Banana. This is gonna be a mistake. I bet the smoke is gonna be to block off CT. Flashing his guys in. There's the smoke. This is a tough place to push. 4 players to deal with now. They have to win the fight. It's not happening. Fnatic was expecting this. Such a disaster. They just got obliterated. Fnatic was well prepared for that. It's very possible they have studied Luminosity's play and have been like, alright, this is what's going to happen. They're going to push Banana. That's a Luminosity strat. Did not work out for them. And a good rotate to be able to put it at 4 players, holding off them pushing through the meat grinder. That is Banana. Armor Tech 9s can still do some damage. They're going to do kind of the same strat. If at first it doesn't succeed, try again. Oh, Olaf Meister could have started spraying there. Takes a flash to the face and is forced to fall back. Here's Crims with a spray down. Only going to take 1 down. Tees will take the site. They should be able to get this bomb planted. So far, this round is looking like a success for the terrorists. 3 versus 3, but they are low. And they just have these Tech 9s in close range positions. Good pickup by Taco on JW, but Flush is able to trade it. 2 versus 2. Now these players are so low, just a Tampa away from death. CT should get the order to just go for them body shots. Good Molotov. If the player was there, he would go down immediately. And CT should be able to pick this up for close range. There's the pickup by Flusha. Nice flick shot. And the defuse will happen. He did go for the headshot, though. Notice that. And there's the win for Fnatic. But let's be honest, taking out 3 players and getting a bomb plant on that round was a good effort from Luminosity. In this round, they will not be able to buy, but they will be able to buy next round. It was a nice attempt. But when you do the armor pistol on that round, you really have to win it. What they did was do some economic damage, and able to, because of how they played, they're able to buy a little bit extra stuff on this round. So we have a smoke, a flash, some pistols. Crims rocking a Nova. Down Banana. Alright, they're not going Banana again. Notice Fnatic has not been overreacting to anything Luminosity is doing. They've pushed very aggressively at Banana both times. We're seeing a lack of overreaction as Crims solo here with a smoke halfway down Banana. It's going to be a waterfall. Let's see if JW is ready for this. Oh, JW getting taken down. The smoke, however, will delay the waterfall. They're going to have to fall all the way back. That's really rough. Now they're out of position. Dot, he's on your right side, Taco. You should be aware of that. And we'll get taken down. Just 2 left. Fur and Coldzera. They'll have to escape. Here's the footsteps. Goes for the shot. Flusha got a little bit greedy there. Coldzera using his bat sonar to locate him. We'll be able to grab the bomb. No, they could still go for the win on this one. 2 versus 3. Still winnable. These players do not have armor, though. 69 health left on this player. They're just waiting for CTs to get a little bit greedy. 35 seconds left. Fnatic is starting to play a little bit more stoically. They're just chilling. Waiting. It's a smart thing to do. You have to force Luminosity to make the move in this decision. They have to push somewhere. If they go B, Crims could take him down. We might get to see some Nova play here. And 2 players pushing him close. Trying to get a little bit, like the perfect distance to where the Tech 9s aren't effective, but the Nova's effective. Did he buy enough time? That's a no. Bomb gets planted. T's in a good hold-off position. Oh, that's a good smoke. They know somebody has banana right now, and he's going to have to push through that smoke at some point. Look at this. They can even just defuse it outright at this point. Yeah, Olafmeister going to go for it. Oh, that's a fake. They called the bluff. Could go for it fully this time. Nope, Olafmeister back up. 1 versus 1 against coldzera now. Throws down another fake. Not a lot of time left. Will get the kill, and he has definitely enough time to defuse that. coldzera peeked that a little bit wide. He had to, though. He had to check it. Assume that the player was going to go for that defuse. He had 5 seconds. 9-9, all tied up. Fnatic, with an effort, just won the early game, but we now go into our first gun round. And Luminosity has the Molotovs. One thing that's very unique about Luminosity's T-side Inferno is their use of the Molotovs. They use a lot of Molotovs, and in very creative ways. Here's our first. To take banana control. Also have players moving through to take apartments control. Fnatic is playing it very passive. They are allowing Luminosity to make the move here. Giving them, look at this, they just gave them entire map control. They even gave them middle. They're just not aware of it yet. Well, there's a pick over at banana by Olafmeister. Skedaddles his way out of there. Killed a player and took one down to 7 health. That is such a victory. Just looks like he's chilling, though. All of the deaths in this have just been like T's. They're just like chilling out. It's just like, yo, man, I'm down on my luck. T's at middle. They're pushing 2 places at once with bomb dropped. If they get an opening, they're going to take it. They're going for the split B, maybe. There's a nice poppy flash. Nobody there to deal with, though. Flush are going to peek that pretty soon. There's the peek. Peekaboo. I see you. Fer getting a little aggressive on Flusha here. coldzera does pick it up. Player inside of the pit. That's a good smoke. To prevent that pit flare from doing anything. They see Olafmeister moving through here. T's will be able to take the site. Olafmeister in a good position to punish, though. Almost taking him out inside of that smoke. 7 health left. 2 versus 2 for the retake. Now, this is a Crims situation. Crims, Olafmeister work really well together. There's already a pick on coldzera. It's just fallen left with 7 health. And this is where Crims really excels in these types of situations. They know he's pit. Well, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, it wasn't much to that. We have another T who's just down on his luck. And with that, Fnatic will take the lead for the first time since the first round. They're now back in this thing. They're on the CT side. They're really far ahead. Surprising turn of events. Luminosity so far ahead early on. Now Fnatic pretty much has the game in their pocket. Gonna get another gun round here, though. Fallen gonna be doing the T-side opping. Are they gonna smoke top mid? I saw like they looked like they were getting ready for it. I think they're just cycling through their weapons. Oh, JW. Look at that. They just assumed the player wasn't gonna peek there. But he did. He just peeked inside of that nade. Lost 20 health for it. A JW went for Fallen. Could have been an easy kill there. And picking off the Opper this early would be huge. Now, you don't often see Oppers play the porch position. A lot of times the Oppers will play over at B, or they'll play the archway position. So this is neat. I like this. From JW. JW has been known on this map to push in here and op that angle. T's gonna push forward at middle. I want to see how this op. Okay, so he's moved. This is a great position to op from the pit. They've smoked that right side and the apartments. T's can't push till those clear. 45 seconds left. The throws are gonna happen. The push is gonna happen here just shortly into bomb site A. There is a smoke to block off library. Oh, they're going around the other side. Look at this. They're going to try to split B. They have that bomb pushed up at banana. So it's up to Flusha to hold it off here. Close range. P90 spray down. Here it goes. Able to pick one. So that trade will buy them a little bit of time. Olafmeister's still up. They don't know about this player. Picks off Cold Zera on the rotate. Fallen could get picked up from behind. Oh, Olafmeister, what a great position. Fallen holding that angle just long enough, though. But it's just Fallen left. They were not able to take B. It was a nice idea. But Olafmeister's interesting positioning, I think, just won Fnatic that round. And that is devastating. We're going to see a tactical pause right now from Luminosity. That was terrible. He was not able to save that. Died in the last second. Should have just waited. Just waited. And Luminosity's in some serious trouble. We shall resume when they're ready to commence. They continue. Let's watch this from our map view, because this is a strat and counter strat. Luminosity, Fnatic hasn't really been playing it very uniquely. They've been switching it up creatively every time. Luminosity's been playing different configurations on T side every time. All right, they've decided to go banana. This Armor Tech 9. Try to close the distance on these fights. Because of that smoke, Olafmeister should be able to hold this off. He's fallen back, though. He thinks it's a push. Looks like it's going to be. Again, Fnatic is just playing it from bomb sites. Notice they do not attempt to get any map control, and they're winning. This seems to be the winning strategy. Look, I want you to keep close count on the smoke count on Fnatic. We're at the same point now that Luminosity only had 1 smoke left, and we have 3 smokes left on Fnatic. Much better use of smokes. There it is. So they had to throw that one because of the smoke. So that negates the smoke they just threw. Because they don't want to push through this. They will, though. T's trying to push through that smoke. Spray downs are happening. Olafmeister going down. Crim's going to rotate quickly. He has to try to prevent this bomb plant. Not going to happen, though. Bomb will get planted. Luminosity getting a little extra money, so it worked out. 2 versus 3 for the hold-off. A possible hold-off, but not very probable. And a little bit of an overpeak by FNX will save his life from getting headshot. But Fnatic will pick it up and get the defuse. So that bomb plant, 2 frags. Okay eco round, or okay armor pistol round there from Luminosity. But it's still rough. They just lost 6 rounds in a row. They actually just lost 8 rounds in a row. If you look at the total rounds, they are falling apart quickly. Fnatic getting ready to win this game. And that was after their tactical pause. So here's the round. Let's watch this one. Let's see what kind of strategy Luminosity has cooked up to try to win, to try to make something happen. It's possible the pause time gave Fnatic a chance to plan as well, but notice they're just playing it very, very standard, very passive. Playing it from side. Well, except for this. What is Flusha pushing forward at middle? Throwing a Molotov, and then Olafmeister going for the pick. Nice combo. Oh, they're creeping down banana now. This is new. So he's just going to hold it from here. Crims is going to rotate back. Now they can put 4 players on A, while Olafmeister holds this solo. Olafmeister's been playing this solo. Oh, he gets picked, though. This is a huge opening. Crims has to fall back, and it is over. The opening is dead. But a pick like that will make it much easier to push wherever they decide to go, because there's always going to be one less guy. And they're playing a little bit more forward here with Flusha. Trying to spray down. I believe a torrential downpour just started outside. I don't know if that's audible on the microphone. There's stuff like slamming against my house and stuff right now. Lots of rain going on. Sorry to break the immersion of the game here. Real life is happening. T's getting ready to push into bomb site B. Final take on bomb site B. This is good. It's just Crims. It's just Crims. Let's see what he can make happen here. Oops. Well, we've seen a really good rotate. A quick rotate from Flusha. Crims holds it off from first oranges. Flusha is still up, though. Oh, no, he's not. He's dead. He's dead, Jim. 2 versus 3 for the retake. Same situation. Dennis gonna have to start fragging. Show that he belongs on Team Fnatic. This is the moment, Dennis. This is the moment to define yourself as a player. Taking a long time. It's been a long time for JW to sneak up here. Go that Oh, please throw that Molotov. Got a player on his left, though. Close range. Oh, that Molotov was so good. They could have won that. If JW didn't go down, he threw the Molotov. They didn't know both were there in dark. If he just threw the Molotov, forced that player out, the other one would have burned to death either way. And then they could have just teamed up on the player behind them who was pushing at the same time. That was a possible win. Really, really close round. However, Luminosity with that win now puts himself back in the running with 10 points. All right. Fnatic now pushing up close at middle, switching it up a little bit. Always good to switch it up every once in a while. And this is because they're using very close range weapons. The CZs for the Eco and the Mag 7 on Crims. However, this should be an easy pickup for Luminosity as long as they don't make any mistakes here. Lots of smoke buys on this Eco round for Fnatic. Hasn't helped them so far. Look how passive they're playing it right now. Because of this smoke, they're not pushing through just yet. Getting ready to take bomb site A. Easy win, though. Easy round. And this is going to put Luminosity at 11 points. Pretty much catching up with Fnatic. Trying to undo some of the damage that 8 rounds in a row lost. Crims could pick up a kill here, though, but I doubt he's going to get more than one. It's probably just going to be a trade, if he gets anything. And no, that smoke will prevent. He'll probably push through it. Oh, if he could pick off Fallen, that would be nice. And grab that op. I'm waiting for the jumping... There it is. The jumping shot through the smoke. And he does pick it off. Flusha on the other side of the map picks off Taco. And got himself into pit. Didn't pick up the gun, though. Coldzera inside of the site. Oh, this is nice. So now Crims is going to watch the apartments, and Flush is going to try to creep into the site. The player moves away from apartments. Don't know about... Oh, there's Coldzera. Tappa hits him right in the head. Flush is going to go for the defuse. Can Crims hold it off long enough? Flusha, it's a fake, and they can almost win this, but no, FNX comes in at the last second, gets the 3 frag, wins the round. Fnatic almost able once again to win one of those rounds. Really nice. Fnatic's been playing super... Fnatic's ecos have been so great in this game. They have been what has kept Fnatic in this thing. Luminosity has been really strong in the gun rounds. Fnatic on the ecos. The eco has really kept it. All right, Bank of Fnatic now on the map with JW. Pulling out the big guns now. Playing the apartments, good position for it. Just gonna be chilling at porch though. We now play the game, the waiting game of waiting for those smokes to clear. Notice no smokes here. And again, I guess our lesson for today is the smoke count on CT side Inferno. We're at the 1 minute 15 second mark, and they just threw their second smoke. That really makes the difference. In terms of time, in terms of forcing them to push at certain times. Fnatic has this down to the second. And the Molotov giving him a little bit of extra time. A few more seconds, just a few more. All right, a smoke should come down shortly. There it is. And now we're at 45 seconds left, and 1 smoke left on Fnatic. And you see what this does? This forces Luminosity into a position where they can't rotate out of their push. Once this smoke clears, they will be able to push B, and that's it. The final smoke comes down. They even won't be able to push B. 30 seconds left. Look at this. They wanted to push, but because of how well Fnatic managed their smokes and how Luminosity did not put pressure on it, they cannot push at B. 22 seconds left, and they have to go over and take bomb site A. JW escapes. Coldzera kills FNX. Oh, such an important round for Luminosity as well. Oh, nice jumping mags. 3 versus 3 now. Still winnable as they push into bomb site A. They've taken the site. Nice shot by Fallen on a flying Dennis. 2 players for the retake. Crims and Olafmeister. They've done this before. Can they do it again? Players close. Nice kill by Fallen. Fallen coming through big time on this round. That's 2 frags for him. Crim's gonna fall back and save. Crims is mad. He is so upset because that looked like a round Fnatic should have had. They played that perfectly. It all came down to the shooting that happened over in bomb site A. And we see the terrorists closing in on Crims like velociraptors in the tall grass. Well, Fallen gives his position away with his gun sticking out. But Crims will not be able to save that. Luminosity definitely just caught up. It's now 12-12, all tied up, 3 rounds in a row for Luminosity. That is going to force Fnatic into A. We need to only buy a few things so that we can buy in the next round. We should see a pistol buy from Crims, pistol buy from JW. And we're going to see a tactical pause down there, so we shall resume when they're ready to continue. Really neat decision here from Luminosity to buy these 2 MAC-10s. They know. They've been keeping count that Fnatic cannot buy armor. These MAC-10s are going to be so powerful, so cost-effective against the Fnatic players on this round. Really neat decision. With the MAC-10, you got to be up close and personal. So I expect a B take, and it looks like they do want to take B. We have 2 nades left, and that's it. Both of them over on A side. This is a round for Luminosity, but again, Fnatic's been playing really well on these ecos. They're going to upgrade these weapons on the next round. You can get an extra 300 per kill with these MAC-10s. So a little bit of extra money in the bank as well. They pay for themselves. Look at Olafmeister creeping forward. Gotta check that position. Both players on right side, nobody in the site. Interesting setup here from Olafmeister Crims. 1 minute left. Waiting. When are they going to push? I hear the cycling. They're going to throw the smokes pretty soon. They heard that jump, actually. You can jump up there quietly, but I think that made a noise. All right, Olafmeister's in trouble. That was the time to peek, Fur. They're going to push into the site. There's the first kill with the MAC-10s. Notice they put the MAC-10s up front, too. They're like, we're going to enter with those MAC-10s at this position. Flush shot. What the? Takes down Taco through the wall, through the smoke. And looking good here for Luminosity. 3 versus 3. Retakes are tough here. They don't want to plant that bomb just yet. They wanted to make sure they could kill these players. It's just going to be Dennis left. Tries to get a final frag before going down, and there's the win from Luminosity. Only 2 players killed. That's like a standard. Nobody won that, basically. It was just like, that was a round. That was a round that happened. All right, Luminosity takes the lead now, 13-12. Very close game. Is it possible that once again, Luminosity in this best of 3 series against Fnatic, keep in mind this is game 3 of a best of 3 series, can upset the best team in the world on their own map? It is a significant battle here, which is why we picked this demo to cast. All right. T's being very cautious now. Again, Fnatic just giving them full map control, allowing them to have this, playing it all the way from the site here. Little crossfire at the apartments. May think Luminosity is trying to push through the apartments, but they are not. They're taking it slow as well. How slow Luminosity's been taking it here on the T side, though, even though they've been playing a great T side in the past 4 rounds, now that they got the momentum, has been to their detriment. Through his own smoke, I gotta check out that smoke. Why would a terrorist throw his own smoke to block off that position? It kind of, I mean, that's very puzzling. All right, Olafmeister, flashing himself out. That flash did land on Fallen. He does not know that the whole team is there. He's got to fall back from this. He pushes forward, going for the mow down. Will get mowed down himself. T's trying to move into the site. Can they make it? CT's moving in to rotate. One player still up inside of the site. Fallen close range hopping against a completely blind monster. The monster comes out of the closet and takes him down. It's just Taco left 1 versus 3. Possible win, though. 2 players very low. Moving in, trying to take out Dennis. Takes him down. Now has control of the site. 10 seconds left. Has to plant that bomb. Throws down the fake. Needs 3 seconds to plant. And the Molotov forcing him out. Will not get that kill. Incredibly close play there. Crims will finally land it down. That Molotov just won Fnatic that round. Great Molotov throw. tried to get the bomb planted, knew those players had to push, was forced into doing a fake plant. 13-13, all tied up. I'm getting reminded why I like to watch professional Counter-Strike in this game. Moments like that. It all builds up to those crazy, awesome, really close takes. 13-13, all tied up. Game number 3 of a best-of-3 series between these two teams. Luminosity trying to make a name for themselves. Fnatic trying to hold on to their title. Oh. Was able to see that player, now falling back. Again, trying to push into bomb site B. Looks like they're committed to it. Luminosity has been pretty committed to site, so they said, we're taking B. We're taking B. Taco gonna be lurking. Wolfmeister peeking down middle. He's like, what is going on? I've heard nothing. This has gotta be a B take. And yes, he's gonna be rotating. One player at dark. One player new, second oranges. Tease will get ready to push into the site. Fallen, gonna entry with the op. Should have a player run by him as he takes this angle. No, he's gonna enter it completely. Looks up! Crims. Are they gonna peek it? There's the counter flash. Fallen successfully avoids the counter flash. Tease pushing into the site. They do make it in. Haven't checked the dark yet. Very nice bomb site take. This is gonna be a nearly impossible retake here for Dennis and JW. JW goes down. Dennis is in some trouble. Now he's pulled back up in the frags on the CT side, so it's not an embarrassing game. He got 1 point on the first half. All right, 13-13, all tied up, 1 versus 3. Has to retake this site. It's not going to happen, though. Well, he knows where they all are, at least. And he will get taken down, Mafia style. Everybody shooting him at once. So you don't know. You don't know who the actual murderer. You can't charge him with a murder. Everybody shot him. Gonna charge everybody with a murder? I don't think so. Luminosity at 14 points. Fnatic at 13. Luminosity takes the lead again. Forcing Fnatic into an armor pistol. That could have been the game. That last round right there, that could have been the game. That bomb site B take. And I say that because Luminosity is going to take the 15 points now. Unless Fnatic could once again win one of these rounds. They're turning into the... Ooh. Fnatic. Flusha down to 11 health now. Forced to fall back. T's entering into the site. That's a good nade. Flusha's not in position, though. They could go anywhere they want from this. They could go to B. We have 3 players stacking it. But instead, they're going to move over to A, which is the smart call. They don't know it's the smart call. Keep that in mind. We have the god vision of the map. Well, Dennis comes through and picks off 2 players. Dennis takes out another player. Now it's just Fallen and Taco. Taco very low at 11 health. Bomb down inside of the site. Wow. And thanks to Dennis, Fnatic stays in this game, pretty much. That would have been Luminosity at 15, but now Fallen picks off Dennis finally. Bomb's still down, 40 seconds. They have to push it. Really tough. He doesn't know where this player could be. Chilling inside of the apartments right now. They want one player to watch apartments while the other goes for the plant. Oh, Olafmeister from behind. Might have been a little lack of communication as to where he got shot from. May not have known that the player was inside of the apartments to kill him. But Olafmeister with an excellent job. And another armor pistol. Great round from Fnatic. Puts them at tied with Luminosity. Just stole back the economy, and that puts Luminosity into the tough position of having to armor pistol. How quickly those tables turn. Flusha warming up by massacring some chickens. Flusha does not have a weapon. It's just got that CZ. They're going to try to do in bomb site A take. Every single time on these, they've been doing B takes. Now they're trying to charge forward at A, close the distance. They're going to run through that Molotov. Lots of death happening here by these T's. Should be an easy hold off. Here's Dennis, who's been doing an excellent job at this site. Flusha moving in with a CZ, and Dennis with the final kill puts Fnatic at 15 points, ready to win this game. It is the final round, and Luminosity is forced into a second armor pistol. They are going to call their final tactical pause. This is it, the end of this very long series between these two teams. It all comes down to this round. Can Luminosity force this thing somehow miraculously into an overtime? All right, this is it. Luminosity has used their final timeout to plan this round against Fnatic CT. They have to think. Fnatic's been playing this very passive. They've been playing it far back. They've been playing it inside of the site. A lot of times they've had this crossfire. A lot of times they've just chilled from inside of the site. Various different positions all over B. But all they know is that, yes, all these positions are easy to take. However, this round, the final round, Fnatic is switching it up a little bit and pushing down Banana. This is unique because they know they're going up against the close-range Tech 9s. You'd think they'd want to take the long-range battles. They left one player down at Banana. It's JW. Dennis comes back to smoke it, and then he's going to rotate over to A. Right now, Fnatic is just waiting for the explosion. They're waiting for these Ts to power into one of these sites, but Luminosity's taking it so very passive. When have you seen at this level in the game, these players just chilling? I guess they're assuming right now, well, he pushed down Banana. Maybe he's going to try to flank and try to sneak around. So they're being like way, way overly cautious right now. Let's hope Luminosity isn't falling apart. Look at this. These teams are nowhere near each other at this point. Fnatic has fallen back. They've given full map control once again to Luminosity, but Luminosity doesn't even know it yet, and they're using all of their throwables just to creep back out here. Well, now they know they have their map control back. They can decide on the push. They're going to be doing a split B. So this is 3 players moving through mid to go through CT spawn, and the bomb pushes up Banana at the last second. Here they go. Made it look like an A take. Nobody here to delay it. And watch behind you fall in. Here comes the bomb getting ready to push into the site. Match point, 2 players left, just the Banana players. It's all up to FNX, and he goes down. That is going to be the game. Fnatic will take it 16-14, defending themselves against, and you know, this is like the comeback match for them. They had that embarrassing, not exactly embarrassing, but really surprising, probably the biggest upset in Counter-Strike history was that one map win on Inferno of Luminosity taking out Fnatic. In a tournament they were favored to win, then just clear the entire thing. So, great match. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a lovely evening. Thank you folks very much for watching. I am TheWarOwl, and I still have no closer. Can they make it? CT's moving in to rotate. One player still up inside of the site. Fallen, close range hopping against a completely blind Monster. The Monster comes out of the closet and takes him down. It's just Taco left 1 versus 3. Possible win though. 2 players very low. Moving in, trying to take out Dennis. Takes him down. Now has control of the site. 10 seconds left. Has to plant that bomb. Throws down the fake. Needs 3 seconds to plant. And the Molotov forcing him out. Will not get that kill. Incredibly close play there.